I'm Allan Levine, President and Chief Operating Officer of Madison Capital.
And I'm Mark Caplan, Chairman of the Management Committee of Madison Capital. In response to a question concerning the history of Madison actually goes all the way back to 1983. And originally we started as Harbor Equipment Leasing, and it was a business that was started by my father and I. I came back to Baltimore from business school in New York, and I needed to make some money, and he needed tax benefits. And at that point in time, the ITC was present in the tax code, and on that basis, we started doing some equipment leasing, lending to smaller, moderate-sized businesses. In those days, we did copiers, cell phones, small computers, because that was technology really drove some of the early days of the business. And it was a time of very high interest rates. So we grew the business through the 80s. My father died in 1986. My mother, Connie, became involved with the business and is still a partner in the business. And in the latter 80s, we did a couple things. We acquired a small competitor, LJ Leasing. We bought some portfolios. And it's actually one of the things that started us in a line of business that we're still in today, that we started providing financing for malls through the Becker Group, which is a local company that does the mall displays all across the country. And so we still provide financing for malls, literally many different owners, and so that's a line of business that we're still in. We also got into healthcare financing when Blue Cross Blue Shield started to lend money to doctors and dentists for their practice, and they decided to get out of that line of business. It was also a time of the home healthcare business expanding, and that again became two lines of business, both home healthcare financing as well as lending to doctors and dentists. And the reason that I mention that is really our business is a niche lender, and technology sometimes drives our opportunities on the financing side. And Allan will tell more about the nature of the deals that we do, but I'm sort of giving an overview. As we moved through the 90s, one of the things that I thought about, at least on the equipment leasing side, was that here we work very hard to get in the door of businesses, and we have one product, and that it would be nice to have two. And most of the businesses that we went to for the equipment side had vehicles, and so it seemed like a good idea, and not only at the time but subsequently to look at the vehicle leasing business. Found that it is a very specialized, and you need a lot of experience and knowledge to be in that business. And the time was pretty opportune because Allan and I knew each other in the market, and sometimes I'd send him a vehicle deal, and he might send me a equipment deal. And he had partners where it was known as Fox Valley at that point, vehicle leasing, and I'll let him tell more about it. And we did a merger in 1997. So we find ourselves now at 2016 having been partners for almost 20 years, and it's been a wonderful partnership.
Well, going back to the early 1970s, I did marketing work for an international company, and they gave me this scenario where I'd be moving around the world. Well, that didn't appeal to me too much, as I was more interested in playing either racquetball or lacrosse at the time. So at that point in time, I went to the library and looked up businesses that people thought would be big through the year 2000, and automobile leasing at that point was 1%. So I took that concept to the largest automobile dealer in town, which was Fox Chevrolet at the time, and I made them a wonderful opportunity of how to put me in business and loan me money at the same time, which ironically they agreed to do. That was the start. And in those days, the business was leasing 1 and 2 and 3 vehicles to small companies or individuals. And that went on for a period of time, and then the company just grew. Leasing grew, and it was a pretty good run. We did that for 25 years. I, like Mark, felt it was time to merge and grow and have some diversity. And equipment was a natural companion to vehicles. Everyone who has equipment for a business has a car, and everybody who has a car usually has a business. So we formed that merger in 1997, and it's been a wonderful transition from that point in time to now, where we've just grown and changed our marketing concepts. We grew with the economy, we grew in efficiencies, we grew in scale, and we've changed our operation to be kind of a state-of-the-art operation where we can find an opportunity, we can get an application, we can process it, fund it, do all the things we have to do in 24 hours. And that's what drives our business today. The specifics of who we do it to, we can discuss.